give you the supplies that I use as well, so you guys know. Okay, so when I ended up starting this, I was averaging, I'm going to get the price of these labels too. I was averaging 15 viewers on a live, and I was selling maybe 20 pieces, okay? And I couldn't figure out what I was doing different from before when I was making a lot of money. And then those cute little Facebook memories pop up. And when that pop-up happened, I saw 2 years earlier when I first started what I said I'd sold, and it was like half a month, and I thought, gosh, I'm not even moving that much jewelry now 2 years later. And so sometimes you have to just kind of have a come to Jesus with yourself. And like, I had been praying hard, like, God, show me what I need to do. And then I went to New York, and boom, it was like clear as day, right? So I ended up going live. Let me get this price. So I ended up going live with the system November 1st. I ended up doing a 45-day marathon to grow my viewership on my business page. And I used this very simple system. So all I do, okay, a lot of us when we're live, we're sorting into bins, right? Or we're, you know, like if Carol and Amanda were to claim a piece, you know, we're putting it in Carol's bin, we're putting it in Amanda's bin. And one thing that Heidi made very clear to me is when your camera is on, you need to do income producing activities. Sorting into people's bins is slowing down your progress, right? You're not able to sell as much because you're doing your administrative duties live. And so that was like an aha epiphany for me. It was like, okay, I need to be selling jewelry as long as my live button is live. Then I can deal with all the sorting and all that after I'm not live anymore, right? So she told me to get these labels. This is, and I know it's backwards, okay? But I'm going to flip this camera so you guys can actually see the labels, and I'm going to let you screenshot what they are. Okay, so it's these are on Amazon. And I will post the link for you guys in the comments. Flip that around. Okay, so I bought these labels. They were a total of, they're so inexpensive, you guys. 5,000 labels for $23.90. Okay, so I'm going to post this link so that you guys have it. So what I did is I bought these labels like she told me to. And all she does during the live is when Amanda claims a piece, I already have my sets together. Okay, so for instance, in this bag here, when I'm going to go live, I will pull out both of these. Okay, and here is a necklace and a pair of earrings that are going to match each other, right? And in my system, they all have a number. Okay, hey Sam. So what I did is I will pull out that system, or that set. I will show, for instance, this necklace, okay? And when Amanda claims this necklace, all I'm going to do is write down her name on here. I'm going to put it on here, and I'm going to take this off of here so you can see what I do. I literally toss it in this bin here. So I'll write her name and put it there and go to the next one, okay? Write it down on this label here, throw it on the piece of jewelry, and toss it in that bin. So constantly what I'm doing, let me get this back on here. So what I'm doing the whole time I'm live is I'm showing jewelry, slapping that label on it, throwing it in that bin, and going to the next, going to the next, going to the next. That bin will be 100% full at the end of my live, okay? But I'm also going through 3 times the jewelry that I could before, right? Because I'm not worrying about separating anyone's stuff while I'm live. For my free stuff, like if I'm doing a giveaway, I use a highlighter and I mark all over these so I know that the ones that have highlighter are free pieces, okay? So this is what we do to move jewelry. So I told Heather about this system the other day, and she went live with it, I believe, yesterday for the first time. And in that short amount of time that she was live, she sold, I think she sold 55 pieces, which is more than she normally moves, okay? So she, in turn, let Amanda know about the system as well. Amanda did it last night, and normally we'll sell about 30 pieces on a live. She sold over 90. This works, you guys. I did over in the month of November doing a full marathon and doing it this way. I sold over $9,000 worth of jewelry live. It works. It's a very simple system. It doesn't take a lot of preparation, with the exception of I always prep sets, because for me it's easier to put 15 pieces on my bust, or $15 worth, 3 pieces on my bust, and show all 3 of those and let them claim all 3 pieces at the same time. I've already got them in my bag as a set, right? So I'm moving more jewelry rather than just showing 1 piece at a time. I always wear what I can sell. So my earrings, my necklace will always be in my sale, and they always will claim it. So I'm also going to give you a little bonus nugget on recruiting, okay? So I usually recruit anywhere between, my minimum's always 3 a month. I have 109 personally sponsored as of today, hit Crown Club 50 2 months ago. So what I do, of course, no one's safe. I talk to everyone about the opportunity, okay? But first of all, if you guys got that sales system, if you guys got it, like throw some hearts or some 100%. So I know that you guys got it, okay? If you need me to answer more questions, of course I will. So what I do every live, and I've told my team to do this as well, is my goal is to recruit 20 this month. I only need 16 more because I've already have 4, okay? So what I'm going to do is I am going to actually write 16 backwards, okay? That takes practice all by itself. I always on a live will do this. And people always say, oh, I want to claim number 16 necklace. And I say, no, this is number 30, but this is how many amazing women or men I need to join my team this month. So what this does, you guys, is if you're not super comfortable talking about the opportunity, it reminds you to say something, okay? So if someone asks me, like, what is the 16, or what is that sticker, or what does that mean, right? What it's doing is it's reminding me to talk about the promotion, to talk about the opportunity without being that used car salesman or be like so salesy, right? So if you're super uncomfortable talking about it, this will just remind you like, oh yeah, I need to mention the opportunity, right? So I always have some sort of sticker like this on my shirt when I go live, and it will tell me exactly what I need to say every time someone asks about it. So that's just a free recruiting tip. It works really well. My team is doing it, and it's working pretty great. Yeah. So go ahead and open up questions. If you guys have questions about the sales system, or if you have any other questions for me while I'm here, please feel free to ask. I'll answer anything that you have. So it's pretty exciting, and it's such an easy system, you guys. You sort on the back end, and you're showing so much more jewelry. So open up the questions. Still using a Christmas coffee cup. It's such an easy system, guys. Those labels are so cheap. Amanda, feel free to tell them what your experience was. You're planning on doing a marathon in February. Do you have a specific thing that you show each night, or just grab and go? I always show sets. So I go through my inventory and I match up things. I call them peanut butter and jelly sets. They didn't necessarily come together, but they go together like peanut butter and jelly. And I will pull things that actually match each other and put them in a bag together like that. And I always have it sitting next to me, and that's what I show, okay? You have to catch the replay. You missed the sales system. Jamie, you're going to love it. It's so easy. I promise you. Sam, you love that idea. Awesome. It's really easy, you guys. And even with the recruiting thing, so many people are really not confident in actually just selling the opportunity. And that just reminds you to say something and not have to come up with a whole spiel of going live with the opportunity, right? If you're just talking to your customers and they go, what is 16? You go, oh my gosh, that's my goal. I need 16 amazing women or men to join my team this month. They really, really take it. So Crystal said, same here. Live showing sets. Yeah, showed 6 sets last night and sold them all. Exactly. Crystal's on my team. Your YouTube videos that you have about how to organize your jewelry, do you still organize that way? I was planning on sharing that with my team. I do. So on my wall, you guys, my numbers, my peg numbers are a location. So if necklace 131 sells out, then something else becomes 131, and it also lands in bag 131 upstairs in my overflow inventory, okay? So I only have one of everything on my wall, and I'm actually going to turn this so you can see. So you'll see those tags are all the location numbers throughout my entire wall. So every piece is just one piece on my wall, but that is the location. And I probably will do like a complete organization video where it's just only that, because I've always put those into other videos. And I think it'll be beneficial for everyone because it's a very, very easy system. But, you know, I always say God can't bless you with more business unless you're ready to receive it. And if you don't have a great organization system set up, if you were to build like a Shopify store like I did or something like that, you have to have some sort of catalog or inventory system to keep up. So my SKU number in my Shopify store is that number that's on the wall. So that number kind of centralizes everything in my organization or my business. All right, so let's see. Amanda said, will you show the settings on your live that I showed Heather? I'm actually going to show you guys right now. So if you are on a business page, I want you to type in business because this can only be done on a business page. Yeah, and I was actually taught that by one of my elite girlfriends. So, I can't take credit for it, but it's pretty awesome. It's called geotagging or geolocation, and I'll show you guys how to do it. So if you're on a business page, type in business so that I know, because this will not work on a personal timeline. All right. So Amanda's on a business page. Crystal and Crystal both are on business pages. Who else? All right, so there's 14 of you here, and 3 of you are interactive, which is great. So if you're on a business page, I'm going to show you guys exactly on my other device how to do this, okay? So let me get to my business page first, okay? So if you're on your business page and you go to make a post, okay? Alicia, awesome. Jennifer, awesome. Tanta, awesome. Okay, so you guys are all on business pages. All right, so if you go to your business page, right, you're going to hit post. Then you're going to hit go live. Okay, so you see how it says go live, and you would tap to add a description, etc. Okay, I'm going to actually flip this or turn this light off so that it doesn't have the glare. So right up here, you see these 3 dots, okay? If you hit those 3 dots down at the very bottom, you're going to see audience restrictions. Click that button and turn that toggle on where it says Geo Controls, okay? So where it says Geo Controls, I'm going to flip this and do it over here. So where it says Geo Controls, when you toggle that on, you're going to see this. If you hit that pencil there, okay? Let me get it to work. Come on. You'll see this box that says Add Country. So there, I'm going to type in United. And I'm going to select United States. Okay? Then I'm going to hit a space and I'm going to type in Guam because we can sell there. And I'm going to select Guam. Then I'm going to type in Puerto Rico, P-U-E-R. There's Puerto Rico. I'm going to select that one. And I'm going to type in U.S. And there's the U.S. Virgin Islands. We're also allowed to sell there. I'm going to hit done and save. Now, tap to add a description, okay? When you tap to add a description, what you're doing is you're telling people what you're selling, okay? So many people go live and they don't add a description. Well, I'm telling you what, people have told me they literally search paparazzi live sale. So make sure you're telling people what you're doing, right? I am selling paparazzi. So put paparazzi live sale or whatever the case may be in your tap to add description. So let me put it in, show you guys. Okay, so whatever the case may be, you're going to put it in there. And then you're going to hit start live video when you're ready. Okay? What this is doing when you do this geo control, okay, and you're toggling that on, you have to do this every live, okay? Every time you go live on a business page, you have to do this. You can do this with opportunity as well. What it's doing is it is pushing your live broadcast to all those countries, okay? So you are targeting the United States, Guam, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, which is all the places that we're allowed to sell and recruit, okay? It is pushing your live video to those countries only. So you're not having, you know, other people I'm sure can see it, but you're not pushing it to other countries where you can't sell anyway. And if people are not doing this, they're not maybe being seen in these other countries anyway. I have one customer now in Guam. I have multiple in Puerto Rico. And I firmly believe it's because I'm doing this. Okay, so let's see. Let me go back because I'm squirrel-brained if I read comments while we're going. Most of your girls are on business pages. A lot of mine are as well. And my advice to you, instead of just switching cold turkey, you guys, is I did that. It was a big mistake. I would highly suggest that you build up a like and share and follow contest to where you say, like, if you want to win $25 in free jewelry, go over here. And how you tag your business page on a personal timeline when you're making a post is you put the little @ symbol. So you'll say, like, go over here, click on my business page, which is in bold, and then type in the @ symbol and your business page, okay? It's gonna populate it. So it'll tag your business page in what you're typing. Tell them to go over and like and follow it, and then to come back and type in their name or something like that. When I do these things, I always write down how many I have at the beginning. Build up your business page before you switch over. I'm telling you, it was a big mistake in my business. I didn't let anyone know. I just said, starting Monday, we're going live on the business page. And here's the thing. If you go live in your business page and you have 5 people there, you're virtually going live in an empty room with 5 people sitting there. So you want to make sure that you're building all that up and getting it full, right? Getting your store full before you start going live there. Okay, it's going to take a little while to build it up. I did boost for likes and follows at the beginning, you know, keeping it transparent and honest. You had 4 new customers last night doing this system. I love it. And the geotags. Awesome. You know, at the end of the day, what about shipping to those? Same as the continental U.S., it's by distance and weight. Okay, and with Guam in particular, if you use like a pirate ship, that's a program we used prior to what we use now. I pay for one now because we've gotten to the point where I'm doing 20,000 sales a month. So I had to switch to something bigger. But with pirateship.com, it will actually print out the custom form that you need, the customs form that you need for Guam. It's on the label. So it's really, really kind of great. And I send everything flat rate regardless. So hopefully that answers your questions as far as shipping to those areas. So, yeah, it's pretty fun. You know, at the end of the day, guys, and Sam, just to give you a little encouragement, honey, that's why I did the marathon. My sales were so low and I was so discouraged. You know, it doesn't matter how high or how far you get in this business, you are going to be discouraged from time to time. You know, go back and watch in this feed, you guys. I did a training for Nicole Jasura, if you know her, for her team. And it is not expensive. For us, it wasn't. We used pirate ship, and it wasn't. It was around the same price as the continental U.S. So, but where I'm going with this is, I did this training for her team on rebuilding and rebooting, basically. Go watch that video, because it's going to encourage you and let you know that, you know what, it's okay to start over. You know, we, hey Skip, we, you know, our unwritten is our convention subject this year, right? And part of that is you're writing your story. I just did a live with my team the other day where we were talking about this, that your story starts now. You're in January of 2020. It doesn't matter how jacked up your story was last year, you're writing a new one this year. And when you're writing that new story, you're going to make your goals. You're going to make the things that you want to happen. I had my team actually say, you know, I'm thankful that I am a XYZ and I've accomplished this, as if it was December 31st. What are your goals? Where do you want to be? Don't shortchange yourself and set low goals. Set something high for yourself. And then work like a dog to get there, right? But it's okay to start over. Your story is starting today. You're in January of this year. Rewrite your story the way you want it, okay? But don't focus on your rearview mirror in your car of what happened yesterday, because you can't drive looking in that mirror. You have to look out your windshield. So, you were curious if it charged more. In our case, it didn't, Crystal. In our case, it did not. No. Since we have your ear, can you touch on consistency, live schedules, and how taking a break? If you take a break, okay, so an average, it's proven proof that if you take a week off of social media in your business, it's like taking a whole month off of a brick and mortar store, closing your doors for a month. You will lose viewership. And I'm going to tell you this, paparazzi customers are addicted to the jewelry. They are addicted. So if you take a break and you close your doors, they're going to come shop with someone like me that is always consistent. I'm always working my business. Here's the thing. If you are a business owner and you are doing business and not playing business, you can't afford to take a break. Get out of the sandbox and quit playing business and start doing business, right? A hobbyist will take a break. Someone that wants this as a full-time business can't afford to take a break, because this is paying your bills. This is my full-time job. I retired myself. So if I don't go live and I were to take a break for days, I'm not going to have a business anymore, right? So I have to make sure that I'm going consistent. If you have a brick and mortar store on Main Street, you have permanent hours on your door. Those customers show up at those hours. If you went to your favorite store and one day they were closed, the next day they were open, then they took 3 weeks off, and you would not go shop there anymore. You wouldn't. You would go somewhere else, right? You've been live for like over 2 months every day at 7 o'clock, except for Thursdays. I go for 10 o'clock. You've been live consistently with no missing yet. And I have missed, I missed any. You've been growing your business. See, Susan, that is exactly what happens. What's going to happen is your hustle will match your reward. Okay? Your customer base, if you're hustling, you're consistent, you're showing up, you're doing all the things, which I can preach this. I do it, right? My sales show it. I hit Life of the Party Diamond off of sales, not off of just ordering, right? So if you're hustling, you're gaining those new customers. Your viewership is growing. You're going to end a live and see a bunch of views. The biggest thing I can tell you when you're live, though, and where I see people struggling, is they are not promoting sharing. You need those shares. I joined Paparazzi because someone shared a live. I only needed to buy tires. I'm the poster child of don't judge a book by its cover. All those people that you think aren't going to do something in this business, I joined to buy tires. I'm now here, right? So if you just keep hustling, your reward is going to match your hustle. If you are not consistent, you are not blessing others, you're not giving back to others, you are not doing the right things, you're not kind to people, it's going to affect the overall business that you do. I promise you that. So you guys are welcome. Well, hopefully this helped you guys. If you got some value, type in value. I hope that this simple system, you know, if you missed it, go back and watch the replay. But it is a very simple system. It is easy where everyone can use it. It works like a charm. You know, Heather, it worked for her. Amanda, it worked for her. I challenge you all to do it and see how much your sales increase. Worry about sorting into bins after you're live. While you're live, you're doing income producing activities, which is write the name down, slap it on the jewelry, and go to the next piece. Okay? All right, guys, I'm glad you got some value, and I hope that you guys rock it out. You're going to love this new system if you choose to use it. It is super simple. You can use any labels. You don't have to buy the ones I showed you. But I'm telling you what, it is so easy to use. Do all of your administrative sorting when your live button turns off, and while your live button's on, make sure you do an IPA, which is income producing activities. All right? Awesome. Yay! All right, guys. Yeah, this is great too for those people that do it alone. My husband's military, and I've tried to position myself to be able to do my business all by myself, because if he ever deploys, I have to still run my business with him gone. So that is a huge thing. Absolutely. It's great for small space because you don't even need a pegboard if you're putting all your sets in bags like this, right? So, all right, guys. Love y'all. I hope this helps you, and I pray that it works for your businesses. It worked for ours, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.